This is for all those who are starting out in life. You might just be leaving high school or finishing university, or you might be older and you want to start over. This is what you need to hear. You know what most people do? They see themselves as empty, lacking, and then they go out into the world to fill themselves, to achieve success, recognition, money, prosperity, a good job, a title that looks really fancy. And everyone will tell you to do that. You see it a lot on Instagram, on social media, people who say, go out there and get it done, achieve it, make something of yourself, make yourself valuable. That's what this narrative is. You're empty, you're not worth a lot, and you have to go out there and make yourself into something. Go out into the world and make your mark. Leave your mark. Be strong. That is the typical narrative you'll hear. And I'm telling you, don't do that. Just don't do that. Forget about this. Forget about this whole narrative because it's wrong. It's not who you are. And it's hard to believe and hard to change course because everyone is telling you the same thing. It's all over social media. Your parents probably told you. Your teachers told you. But you didn't come here to get anything from the world. Your life is not the sum total of what you can get out of the world. And that if you get enough out of the world, then you're enough and complete and whole. And then you've achieved success and you've achieved those things. People think this is how life works, but that's not how it works. Because they overlook an important thing. You did not come into this world empty. You are not an empty vessel that you need to fill. And this is the sum total of everything that is in that vessel, that is in that vase or container. This is who I am. And if there's not enough in there, I'm not worth a lot. I'm not good enough. I need to get more in there. You didn't come empty. You didn't come into this life empty. You came here as a complete and whole expression of life, not needing to beg from the world for approval or security or money or any of the other things. You came here whole and complete to express your wholeness and completeness. You came to express your fullness, your ideas and your creativity in life. And life is not about what you get out of the world. It's not what you can accumulate. It's about expressing yourself into the world. You didn't come here to get anything from the world. You came here to express yourself into the world. And if you don't believe this, it will come back to you later, because at some stage, all humans, after a while, you achieve something, you follow the path, and then you're like, is there all there is to life? I have the trophy, I have the bank account, I have the approval, but there's something missing. Why am I still not happy? Why am I feeling unfulfilled? And I can tell you examples of, happened to me, obviously. No sane person makes a YouTube video about it if we haven't experienced it. I know it from so many others. Oscar winners who are in the hotel room afterwards thinking, and what now? What now? I thought I'd be happy. I thought that is it. I was told this is it. Why isn't it it? Why? You see, this whole narrative that you're not worth anything to society or to the world is ridiculous. You are worth something before you do anything. You don't have to earn it. Your worth comes with your existence. You were born worthy. It's not something you can earn. It's not a number in your bank account. It's not a title. It's not an accomplishment. It's not a diploma. It's part and parcel of who you are. It's your nature. But so many people don't know that. I didn't know that. And you know what you do if you don't know that? You spend years getting the world to approve of you, years trying to prove yourself, years of making yourself worthy, of trying to, but you will never get there. You will never get there because there's no end stage, because it's not in the world. It's not something the world can give you. So this whole journey in life Before you go out into the real world, before you go out there trying to make your mark, remember who you are in the first place. You didn't come empty. You came full of potential, creativity, beauty, worth, significant. Don't care what the world thinks of you or how they see you. How do you see yourself? You know how life sees you? Life sees you right now in this moment as beautiful, as worthwhile, as enough as you could possibly be. But I didn't do anything. No, you don't have to. You exist. But I didn't earn it. You don't have to earn it. It's part of who you are. It can't be taken away. It can't be stolen. You don't need to lose it. It's who you are. And who you are cannot be lost. You can't lose it. You don't have to earn who you are. It's who you are. And again, that's the thing. The guys you see on Instagram bragging about the money and the fame and the girls, first of all, don't be seduced by that. You didn't come to get anything from the world. You came to give to the world. And you know what all of these people, once the camera is off, once the likes disappear, reality will hit them. And for many it does, because you know when suicides go up, when people lose their jobs, when economic downturn happens, when economic crashes happen. Why? A big part of it, and depression, and all these things, well, where did they come from? People have tied who they are and their worth and their value to things outside of them. They think they are their job, what they do, they think what they own. And if they lose it, they lose themselves. They think they lose it. You can't lose yourself. But they don't know who they are because they didn't know who they were in the first place. And sometimes it's so tragic they take their own lives. Most of the time it's less tragic and you're depressed. Or you're just slightly frustrated your entire life. Because this is how most people live their lives. This sense of frustration, there's something missing, there's something lacking, and you never know what it is. You can't put your finger on it because you did all the right things. Yeah, go out into the world, but first know who you are. And you know who you are and you see how life sees you. And then it's not about proving yourself, because who you are doesn't need any proving. It's not about earning your worth, because who you are is infinitely worthy as you can be. Can't be taken away from you. You don't have to earn it. You can't lose it. And then you are not afraid, because if you fail it, and you will inevitably fail. That's part of being human. But if you don't know who you are, you make that failure into your identity. I'm a failure. Or you're scared of it. I don't know. I can't do it because what if I fail? Then you won't try anything in life because you're afraid. Because you don't know who you are. You think your experience defines you. If you don't get your worth, your security, your joy, your value from inside of yourself, you will not find it in the world. You will be busy looking, but you will not find it because it can't come from the world. The world was never meant to give those things to you. You came to give those things to the world. So go out there into the real world. But don't go out there begging. Don't go out there filling your cup, hoping to fill all the things that you're missing. Go out there as the whole and complete being that you are. And you were not born empty. You were born full. The fullness of life is in you. And you came to give it to the world, to express your fullness into the world. And that makes all the difference. And you know what success is? Success is just that. Knowing who you are and expressing your wholeness into the world. You see, it doesn't matter what anyone thinks of it or how much money you earn doing that, what title. None of this matters. This is the human definition of success. The human definition of success is terrible. That is real success. Real success is an alignment with who you are. Being in alignment with life. And when you are in harmony with life, you are successful. No matter what you do. Because you are beating the same heartbeat that the universe beats. You are fulfilling the same purpose as everything else in nature, expressing themselves to the best and truest of their ability. That is why you're here. Everything else is just a dog and pony show of impressing people and getting favors and kissing someone's butt, bending over so people approve of you. Yeah, that's not a life. That's not fun. You can do it for a while. I mean, you can ignore this and just try it the other way, the worldly way. But you will suffer, inevitably. But suffering is a great teacher because it will remind you of why you're really here. Because it's so easy. People fool each other thinking their lives are perfect and beautiful. But life cannot be fooled. If you feel that sense of dread, of frustration, of fear, of angst, you can fake it to the world, but that feeling won't go away because life is not fooled. But you don't need to fool life. You can work with life. You don't need to work for the world, not impress the world. Work with your inner being, with life. There's the only one that you need to impress, and life is already impressed by you. No need to do anything. So go out there into the real world, but realize who you are, because that makes all the difference. Commercial break, sponsored by myself. If you want to wake up happier, get your free messages from life. Think of it as your almighty pen pal, sending you daily encouragement. It's free, and you can sign up below. Thanks so much.